Where my son There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the delay. We will call to order the Ravenna City Council Committee of the Whole meeting for Tuesday, June 20th at 6:04 PM. The first item on the agenda is approval of Committee of the Whole meeting minutes for May 22nd, 2023. Were there any additions or corrections to those? Hearing none, do we have a motion to accept as submitted?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The second item on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to apply for the Firehouse Subs Grant sponsored by Public Health and Safety. Ms. Michael?
Yeah, this is just a standard grant that Firehouse Subs puts out. We've applied in the past. We were successful one time. However, there is no match, and if we do receive it, it is for equipment.
Any questions from council on this? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
Number 3 on the agenda is an ordinance to accept $731.33 from the state of Ohio for the EMS grant, also sponsored by Public Health and Safety.
This is just getting the acceptance to accept the money from the grant. No match. Nothing really more to talk about than what we talked about in committee from Chief Chappell.
Questions on this item? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
Number 4 on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Carvo Companies, sponsored by Utilities. I may look at you for these two, if you don't mind. Is there anything that we're missing outside of the discussion from committee on this that you might be able to fill in?
One thing I wanted to say, we had 2 return bids for this project. Carvo Companies was the low bidder at $656,809, and JS Bova was the second bidder, $696,098.
Okay.
And Board of Control did accept Carvo as the best low bidder.
Okay.
Generally, the state of Ohio will authorize us to begin construction, to sign a contract with the contractor early July. It usually comes the first Friday of July, I should say. Sometimes the Monday, second Monday, or whatever. So Mr. Bowen will be working with Carvo and scheduling the pre-construction to jump on this project as soon as possible.
Are they setting up all their barrels on West Main Street in anticipation of the beginning of the project?
That will be that's part of the paving program.
For the,
for the
okay,
widening of.
that's the contract that's already given.
Correct.
Yeah, because they're setting up like crazy.
They're getting ready. Yes.
They're getting ready. Yeah.
They do a good job.
That will be the curb work there then?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what they're going to start on soon. Okay.
And off topics, but the brick will start mid-July, and we are going to incorporate the old brick with the new brick this phase 2.
Great. Any questions on the Carvo Company's contract? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
Ordinance.
Number 5 on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign a contract with CT Consultants. Is this contract, do we have this?
We do not. We have their proposal, but we don't have a contract yet. We are meeting with Portage County Water Resources on Thursday. After our discussion, we will know how to write the contract with CT, or have CT write the contract with us. If the contract is with the city and the county pays the city, or if the county's going to pay CT, then they'll have to have their own contract.
Okay.
That's why we're sort of in limbo here.
Yeah. Okay. The goal is still, for the July meeting, to have the contract to approve?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Anyone have any questions on this? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
And Bob, while we have a moment, do you want to talk about what you were mentioning? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I kind of do.
No, that's fine.
The grant?
Yes, in August of 2001, council authorized me to apply for a grant through the state. It's an H2O Ohio grant for the water tank. And I did. I applied and requested $1.4 million, and we were awarded. 1.4 million for the water tank.
All right.
Wonderful
Nice
job.
Boom.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna take the rest of the year off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bask in your glory a little while. Free
Yeah,
up
it was
some
exciting,
ARPA
it was
funds.
unexpected.
Frees up some ARPA funds.
I've applied for a lot of grants,
Yeah, right.
and it's never taken 2 years to be awarded, so.
Hey, well worth the wait.
Big deal.
And this then will cover all of our portion of the project?
Well, we could be anywhere 2.5 to 3 million.
Okay.
We're not 100% sure where the prices
Okay.
are. We're trying to get prices, current prices of tanks, and we still haven't decided how we're gonna do it. But obviously, we're gonna try to use some of what we already have, some of the tank. Steel is steel, it's in great shape.
But the 1.4 million is a gross amount, it's not gonna be a percentage of the project.
Correct, it's not a
You won't cut
match.
it
To
back.
my knowledge, it's not a match. It's,
Okay.
the
Great.
RPIG is 750, the H2O is 1.4, and then we've already cobbled the, ARPA, thank you. The accepted, council has agreed to use an ARPA and then also 300,000 of water. And we also have a $250,000 loan from OPWC. So we're somewhere in 3.2 or something like 3.2 million or something that we've got together. If we don't spend it, then obviously we have either the ARPA or the water fund that we can back out of.
Great.
Yeah. Congrats. All right, so we'll move on to number 6 on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign a MOU for the comprehensive plan, sponsored by Community and Economic Development. Ms. Wood?
Yes, this is a long time coming, and once the MOU is signed, RPC will get started immediately on the plan.
All right. Any questions on this item? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
Ordinance.
And number 7 on the agenda is an ordinance approving the 2024 tax budget, sponsored by the finance director.
Thank you. So I'll just give a real quick little recap on this. We did meet with the Budget Commission. I haven't had any other questions that have come up in the last, weekend here, so I'm just gonna read a little spiel here and open it up to everybody. For the 2024 tax budget, the biggest revenue obviously is our income tax. We set the budget for '24 to be the same as '22's actuals. Now, looking so far in '23, we're up about 10% from '22, so I would fully expect '24 to even be better as some more of these projects materialize, but there's a lot of continued discussions about recessions in the news and all that, so to be conservative, we're just keeping it the same as '22 for now. We'll probably adjust it in the perm budget next year. Also, the very first line in the revenue page, the county gave us a projection of $710,067 for the real estate tax. That's way up from the $642,000 that we received in '22, so that's continued to climb up pretty well as in addition. Both the estimated resources and the appropriations in '24 are significantly less than the '23 column. Some reasons for that are the large ODOT project. We projected Main Street in there. We got the Chestnut and Prospect one in the '23. And also the HUD revenues and the 252 fund were HUD revenues and expenditures were projected much higher for '23. That's because the grant started in '23. And also that's the 224 paving fund, which is the ODOT one. So all in all, the actual budget came down in a total. We did budget the new mayor and council salaries for those that will take effect for next year. The 553 fund, which is our main capital fund for everything, it's a little bit more normalized this year too, because we had Rayanne in there for '23, so that also boosted things up. The Armory bonds are falling off this year, and the Oakwood Garage, we will own it free and clear. I believe it was after March of next year, so we only budgeted 12,000 in there instead of the normal 36,000. We have some normal police and fire vehicles in there, just the same as normal. We did not put the spring cleanup in next year, so you'll see that one zeroed out. Nothing in general or recycling. And, you know, just kind of looking as an overall whole, looking at the general fund, the water, sewer funds, the parks regular and parks capital funds, they're all in very solid shape. They keep performing year over year, month after month. They keep increasing, so that's always a great thing. The 553 fund, we kind of been keeping an eye out. You know, I did tell department heads that this year because we've had just a lot of activity in there over the last couple of years. A lot of updates have been made. It is back down a little bit on the expenditures this year in '24. So that was done on purpose to try to kind of recover those funds a little bit. And we have to pay back the advance from the Ray Ann anyway in there. So that's all the little notes I wrote down in there. If anybody has any other questions, we can try to answer them.
Where is the Park CI fund at?
That's the 550 fund. It's, the budget right.
Yeah, how much is it in there now?
Well, looking at in the May report here, it's sitting at just over $1 million, $1,042,000.
Is there any like capital improvement things coming up with that? Has anyone said?
I mean, I've talked to Judy a few times on that. She did put in some stuff. I don't think that there's anything. I mean, they're doing a Havers Woods restroom project. That's gonna be a pretty large one. She put in $90,000 for that. She
Okay,
has a
just
lot of
curious.
little miscellaneous she's got a whole list of small capital outlay things she wants to get to, so we did have to put a little chunk in there for just some miscellaneous projects. She's got a new tractor, a $25,000 tractor coming up, and a couple other equipment things. But no, nothing that's really gonna spend down the balance in there, and actually, based on what's in there now, it'll probably go up some more. So, yeah, because the budget in there is not even, for what we're spending next year is even less than the projected revenue, so it'll probably come up some.
What about our employment status? I mean, without people in jobs, has any department heads asked for more resources? I mean, I can think of one position that is likely to come open.
Well, well, a couple actually. I mean, my position obviously, but also the IT position we gotta maybe think about. So that'll be one coming up.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I can't think of. I mean, like talking to Jason Lovejoy or talking to the different departments. I don't really know of anything. There he might be.
But we're fully staffed, as far as
I
we
do
know?
think fire has expressed some interest in.
Right, but I mean, we
Expanding
have any open, because, you know, there was a time when we were worried about being able to hire enough people.
Yeah.
Are we doing okay?
I know Jason's
think-
satisfied with this.
Yeah, right now he's
Yeah.
good. I don't know if did we get all the distribution people they wanted? I'm not sure on that. Okay, we're good there. I think fire is pretty staffed. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
Last
Pretty good.
person we heard, we're back to full staff.
So, yeah, we're overall pretty good shape. I mean, what I understand, I don't know if you got anything, Bob, but just inspectors. Other than that,
That's good to hear.
we're running pretty good.
Any other questions on the budget right now? Hearing none, what's the pleasure of the committee?
Ordinance.
All right, that rounds out the agenda, so I think this takes the cake for quickest meeting, and we started
Even with
late,
delay.
so.
Yeah.
With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.